Hey everyone, so it's Leanne Barrable here, the Devonshire Shepherdess, and I basically wanted to jump on um, because I wanted to talk about generational farmers and some of the stories that I have from being a generational farmer. And essentially, the reason I want to do this is because I'm feeling a bit sad for us at the moment, because there's kind of like a bit of an agenda going on to try and get old farmers out of farming. And I think that's really sad because it's the generational farmer who have literally been born and bred into a farming situation to be able to produce food and air, clean air and water for the people in the UK. And so for whatever reason, somebody has decided that the older generational farmer is not going to be a great asset to the UK kind of food agenda. So they are offering to give us money to leave, essentially, which is really sad. And I know that it's potentially because the general age of a farmer, if you go to a market, is probably in the 50s, 60s and 70s. There's not too many in their 30s and 40s like I am. So I wanted to just come on and just kind of like tell a little bit of a tale about being a generational farmer. And so I am a fifth generation farmer, and we currently are raising the sixth generation of farmers potentially on this farm. And of course, I could be many more generations of farmer than that, but for this particular farm, we've been here since 1901. And we basically all live here together. So my grandmother's still here, my brother and his wife are still here, my great uncle and great auntie are still here, and then my mum and dad, and then my husband and I, and our little girls and all the kids as well. And we all still live on the farm. And it's been a real interesting time for me over the last 11 years. Because I actually really took it for granted being a farmer's daughter originally, and then now a farmer's wife as well, because I didn't understand really how important it was to be a generational farmer. And it was last February that I had a lovely lady come and do some lambing for us, or with us, and she wanted to learn about how to lamb sheep because she hadn't done it before. And she was asking me questions that I literally had never, ever thought about, because I just didn't. I just knew. Like, it was things like, how do you know when the sheep's lambing? How do you know that, when it's pawing the ground, that it's like having a baby or whatever? And so it was really interesting that this lovely lady was asking me all these questions, and my brain was going, I don't know. How do I know these things? And what I realised, it was because I've learnt all these amazing skills to be able to know when a sheep is about to lamb, when a cow is about to calve, and also all these other observations that we make as generational farmers on a daily basis. But the general Joe public have no idea we're doing all these wonderful things every single day. And the power of observation that we as farmers have is just amazing, because so for example, we could be standing in our field and we start looking at a cow, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, that cow has just got a little limp. She must have got a bad foot, or she must have got a bad leg. Most people probably wouldn't notice, but we do. We notice, and there's just lots of things that we as generational farmers do every single day that nobody else would be able to do, because they haven't been taught. And I think one of the biggest and the saddest things that's happened in farming is that we, farmers, have stopped teaching people about farming. We've stopped talking about it. We've stopped getting people on farm and sharing about the farm, like what we do every day. And I think it's just really disconnected us, which is probably why everyone thinks that the government think that generational farmers, the old farmers, need to hop it because they want, I don't know who they want to come in and run our farms. Whether it's better businessmen than we are, or women, men and women than we are, or what it is. I don't know what the agenda is, and that's fine. But I therefore believe that we as farmers need to therefore start sharing our stories, start saying about what we do on farms, because there are so many gifts and so many skills that we have. I did a video the other day about all our jobs we do as a farmer, and it must be the most varied industry there is, the most varied jobs and work that we do, because we're not just farmers. So, for example, I have been a beautician. I have to do sheep's feet every now and again because they get bad feet. I'm an accountant. Not me personally, but other farmers on this farm are plumbers. We're builders. We can build things. We are vets. We literally have to be a vet occasionally and say, this animal needs that animal needs this. Sometimes we have to get a real vet on, but most of the time, just to save on the pennies, we do our own veterinary kind of treatments. We're all sorts of things. I'm a midwife because I've helped loads of sheep give birth, literally thousands, probably since about the age of 10. And so we're not just farmers. And I feel like everyone thinks we're these boring old Janners who don't have anything to say, or we've become quite, we found being in business difficult. We struggle with change because it's been the same for quite a while now. And I think that there's so much potential for us as farmers, especially on small farms. So I'm not talking about large scale. We have 200 acres here, which would be classed as a small farm in the UK. And we have mixed beef and sheep, and we are also dabbling in all sorts of other things at the moment. Chickens and pigs and things like that. So we are becoming more diverse as well. We are looking after our soil. The soil is coming first for once, because I know it can help with carbon sequestration, oh my gosh, sorry, and also growing food. And so to be able to really impact the environment positively, I believe we farmers need to find and rediscover who we are, because we've forgotten. We've been quite downtrodden and oppressed, you could say, since about the 80s when the whole BSE thing happened. And so it's been really tough. And there's a lot of adults, I was going to say kids then. There's a lot of adults, I feel like a kid still, my age, in their 20s, 30s and 40s, who have gone out of farming because they've been told by their parents, don't come home farming, it's not making any money, there's just no point, go and do another job and make yourself some money, which is such a shame, because all those kids, all of us, learn things that no other kids get to learn because we have been on farms. And I feel that that's the interesting stuff that people who are, who are buying our products, who are buying meat products from us or vegetables or whatever we're growing, dairy, they want to know those things. They want to know and be engaged with us, rather than this disconnect between farmers and the British public. I can't speak for any other place in the world other than Britain, because I live here and I know what the farming system's like. So it's just really, it's a real shame that we as generational farmers aren't, we don't see ourselves as important to kind of food security and stuff like that in the UK anymore, which is a real shame, because we have so much capabilities to to grow new businesses and to, you know, feed our local people, you know, do the whole buy local thing and sell to local people, because we've just started doing it in November. We started selling our own beef, and it has been really lovely to hear all the feedback from people. Just this morning, one of our customers was just saying how much she enjoys our beef, and she feels that it's given her some really good health benefits, because she's got health problems, and since eating our meat she feels that her inflammation levels have dropped in her body and stuff like that. That's just one person, and it's been really lovely to hear what people feel and think about when they are eating our beef and lamb that we have produced, that we have literally brought into the world most of the time and cared for and taken, like, looked after for their life. We've given them the absolute best life. You know, I'm talking for us here personally as farmers. We give our animals the absolute best life. In fact, we probably spoil them a bit too much. That's what the vet would say, that, oh, your cows are a bit overweight and your sheep are a bit overweight. We're not really sure how to get them to lose weight, but one day we will work it out. But it's just been really lovely to start connecting with people. So if you are a generational farmer watching this today, I really, really encourage you to dig deep and rediscover who you are as an individual and what skills and things you can bring into your farming business. Because what's really shocked me is I can see now that we need to start educating people. So I would love, and I'm going to start to do some courses here on the farm. So just literally call them Meet a Farmer. That's it, where people can come on, meet me, I can walk them around, chat to them, answer any questions they have, and that's it, you know, and teach them and use that as a new business basis. So this is something that I'm really excited about, because it's gonna tick all the boxes. My absolute favorite thing in the world, if you're a friend of mine, you're gonna laugh, is to talk. I love talking. So give me a group of people who want to listen to about farming, and I'm like done. So that would be me in my happy place talking about farming on these courses. So please look out for those. There is an event on this page linked to the Devonshire Shepherdess, or the link will be underneath the video, to book in on that event on the 21st of August. And yeah, if anybody has any questions about what I've shared here, or any suggestions or any feedback, then please comment below, or you can send me a WhatsApp message. And if you're a farmer, please don't lose hope, and please don't sell up or let them push you out, because you are needed and you are important to the UK. I really, really believe that.